Welcome to episode 3 of my 4th annual Whole House Declutter series. In this episode, I'll be cleaning and decluttering my youngest daughter's room, starting with removing everything from her closet. I'll also be relocating her toy shelf to the loft. Eventually, I want to turn the loft into a fun teen lounge since they no longer use that space for homeschooling. They can share the toy shelf either for their toys or arts and crafts, whatever. They don't have a lot of toys since they're growing out of them, so I might end up keeping their toys in their rooms, but I'm still weighing my options. While I'm getting started, I wanted to share a couple of life updates. I know it's been a little over a month since I posted last. It's been hectic around here, and I had to pause content creation to focus on some changes. I kind of knew this time would eventually come. After I was laid off from my last job over a year ago, I attempted to monetize my YouTube channel on a deadline, and I really gave it everything I could, pushing the deadline further and further out. But the truth is, after a little over a year, I didn't quite make it, so now I need to start bringing in an income again. Our budget is just still a little too tight. Not as bad as it was, but it could be looser. But the first thing I've been focused on lately is getting the kids enrolled back in public school so I could work again. After homeschooling for the past 2 years, they actually wanted to go back this year, and honestly, I kind of wanted them to as well. We've got one in her last year of elementary, one in his second year of middle, and one in her first year of high school now, so that's been quite the adjustment. There are extra steps like comprehension exams and case management meetings since they'd been out of the system for a while. So I was bouncing between schools a lot before they started earlier this month. Now that her closet is cleared out and dusted, I'm sorting through all the stuff that I pulled out and putting things that belong in the closet back nicely, mainly starting with her clothes. Most of her clothes are getting hung, but I'm also temporarily utilizing the hanging shoe shelf for her socks, underwear, pajamas, and seasonal items. Also, there was a lot of trash and random stuff in there that didn't really belong. When I have enough money saved to organize and decorate her room, I plan to replace the hanging shoe organizer with a 6-cube shelf and bins for her clothes and accessories, as well as a simple shoe shelf for her shoes. On the work front, I've only applied to one job so far at the end of July. It's with a company I used to work for several years ago. Last time it took a while after applying before I heard back from them, but I'm hopeful I'll be able to work there again. My husband has actually worked there since 2016, and he's been keeping me in the loop. I'll probably give it up to a couple of months total, minus the 2 weeks that I've already passed since applying, before I start looking into other jobs. I'm not committing to be fully back on YouTube just yet, but I didn't want to leave you all hanging either. I did publish a community post letting y'all know that I needed to take a break beforehand, but I'm not sure how many of y'all actually saw it. I will be easing back into content creation as I can, so thank you so much for your patience and support through this season. Now that things are a bit calm for now since the kids have started school and I'm waiting to hear back from the company, I have more time on my hands. Life has been a bit of a whirlwind, but I'm taking it one step at a time and trusting the good Lord for the rest. Next, I'm working my way around to this side of her bed where I place some of the items from her closet, but my main focus is getting all of her millions of stuffed animals corralled into the hamper. Most of her stuffies were crammed under her bed, so I had to pull those out. When it's time to organize, I think I'll get her one of those beanbag chair covers to store them all in, which will be functional as a chair too. Next, I'm just tackling her bookshelf, starting with decluttering her book collection. I did remove several books that I realized weren't quite appropriate for her age group. When it's time to organize and decorate, I'll be painting her bookshelf, maybe white, to coordinate with her other furniture. I am considering relocating all of the kids' books into the loft so they'll have less clutter in their rooms. And I think a book nook in their teen lounge would be so cozy and fun. It's the next day, and my first goal for today is moving her desk in here from the loft to this area where her vanity currently is. I'm starting by decluttering the vanity. I'm temporarily relocating it to the loft and moving her desk from the loft into her room. The vanity will probably get sold or donated when I refresh the loft. Then I'll be clearing and cleaning the area. I'm gonna vacuum this area where I removed her vanity now. I just moved it into the loft, and then I'm gonna bring in her desk and we'll see how it fits. It should fit, but we'll find out, right? Now that the floor is vacuumed, I'm just gonna spot clean the walls in this area with the wall cleaner. And then I've got a magic eraser for tougher spots. this area is clean, I'm gonna go ahead and clear off her desk and move it in here. Yeah, it was a hassle to move her desk in her room. I had to remove the monitor shelf and a couple of feet to fit it through the door. But now I'm just getting it set up in this corner where her vanity was. And then I'll be screwing the monitor shelf back on and removing the side pocket, which just collects trash and other clutter. Next, I'm getting her drawers vacuumed. 2 can be used for her beauty and hygiene supplies, and 2 can be used for her hobbies, like her dragon puppets that she likes to make. Now I'm just cleaning her computer, wiping it down. I'll be setting it up in her room temporarily until I get the loft refreshed. Since my kids no longer need separate computers for homeschooling, I'm only going to have 1 computer for them to use in the loft, and I'll just store their other 2 for backup. So I have Anne's desk set up, and now I'm going to put this cardboard behind her desk right here because I want to avoid what happened in the loft. The walls are filthy from her feet. So this is just going to be a temporary solution. When I actually go to organize and decorate her room, I'll probably change this out for a fabric maybe, or a blanket. I don't know. I'll find some affordable option, but for now this will do. Next, I'm just tidying up, mainly clearing off her bed and putting everything else away. While I'm doing that, I wanted to talk about our basic plan for her room. My daughter's room has been a purple shabby chic theme for the past almost 3 years. Well, besides the red curtains, I swapped out her purple curtains for red this past Christmas, since that's her favorite color and that's what she wanted. But she now wants a forest and wolf theme. I'm going to keep it really simple though, so when it's time to organize and decorate during part 2 of her room refresh, I'll basically be swapping out all the purple and other colors for green and focusing more on the organization aspect of it. I'll also be replacing her chandelier with a simple ceiling fan and light fixture combination. Function is more important than aesthetic in my opinion, especially when you only have $200 to work with. Now it's the third and final day of my youngest daughter's room declutter, and I'm getting the rest of the detailed cleaning done. Spot cleaning the rest of her walls, dusting the blinds, cleaning the window, wiping down the baseboards, and spot cleaning the doors and frames. Next, I'm removing 2 out of the 4 adhesive ceiling hooks that I originally hung for a sheer purple bed canopy about a year or 2 ago. Yeah, her canopy phase didn't last long at all. The hooks did some damage to my ceiling upon removal, so I'm gonna have to resand and paint the areas during part 2 of this refresh. I will be keeping the other 2 hooks to hang whatever decor I can come up with. Maybe a wolf dream catcher or something. I don't know yet. Next, I'm picking up bits of trash off the floor. My daughter did not want me to vacuum, but I found this loophole. Let's just say she was not very appreciative of me decluttering and cleaning her room from day one. She likes her space messy, and she was kind of upset that I was cleaning and decluttering it. She even threw her mountain of stuffed animals back on the floor the first and second day. Part of me wants to respect her wishes for her space, and part of me is kind of annoyed, maybe, with her. But one day she'll understand the benefits of decluttering and maintaining a tidy space, just not today. So we'll have to figure out a compromise. Apart from relocating her toy shelf and vanity to the loft, I was able to remove a black trash bag full of clothes, books, and some of her purple decor and organizers to be donated, along with about a half of a bag of actual trash. When it's time for part 2 of her room refresh, I'll still need to declutter and replace her white hanging shoe organizer, purple bins and basket, purple bedding, and her red curtains. But I think that this is a good start for the first phase of her refresh. Her space does feel a bit more clean and lighter, which was the goal.